your community, Uriel, have you spent any time going through the inbound side of open source? You just made the statement, you can't write code without using an open source library or, some significant portions of open source as part of what you're building. And to be able to be a good programmer and a rounded software developer, to bring that in, you need to understand the licenses of that code. You need to understand basically the community, and if indeed they can take contributions back, if you find a bug and so forth. As well as, for example, the Linux Foundation has a couple of different classes on what to look for from a security standpoint in open source projects that you would look to select to bring into your development environment. These are all skills that are also should be important to recruiters. I'm not sure how much they're actually looking. Usually, from a recruiter standpoint, what I see is a specific technology,
Yeah.
right? Developer experienced in Kubernetes, developer experienced in Linux or Yocto or whatever. It's more about the technology, but that implies that you actually know something about both how to bring software in to a corporate development environment, as well as how to get things fixed in an upstream community on which you rely. So those aspects about bringing software in, do you do anything in your community to kind of talk about that or point folks to
Uh,
resources to learn about there?
no, the community is not yet in this point. Most of the projects are voluntarily projects, and they don't have a lot of issues about security and licensing.
Is the community working on materials? Like when you said that it's about knowledge sharing and education, are you creating materials where people can learn about open source?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have the open source practice project that it's a simple website. We wrote explanation how you can contribute text to this website to add a text MD file, and it's really helpful. I think we have kind of hundreds of forks for this project, and I must say that I didn't, of course, not in Hebrew, but even globally, it's hard to find such a project in GitHub. Maybe there is, but a project just to practice how to do a pull request from your fork and open source contribution. I think in the past I found, before I made our local repository for that, for the practicing, I found something of from India, something like that, but it was hard to find it, and also the Indian project eventually they shut it down. So it's something, it's a very basic idea. People want to practice, and it's not that you need to do something very complicated, just a GitHub repo. So we do things like that. I know that this open source practice project really helped for many people, and we try to tell to them intenders also that in their project we'll write a good onboarding to help people to connect to the project. Not enough, but we try to collect the knowledge that we have in the community, and we write about it in our website, and some of it I just tell to people when I talk with them. Yeah, I think a lot of things is just different from the first sight. What someone thought, like people looking, is there issues in the project? I think it's not a question, because in any code, it's for sure if you get into it, you will find things to fix and to improve. So it's just not a question if it has issues or not. And most, I think, at least when someone just get into a project, it's much more easier. Just start with a project, run it locally, start to understand the code. You will surely find something that you can think about, that you can fix, and then write your own issue. But to understand issues that someone else wrote, maybe he wrote nonsense. You can't even know that, and you will try hard to understand what he wants in the issue, and it won't help you to get into the project. So many knowledge like that is going on, but maybe one day we will write it or do it orderly. But it's very good that it's a community, so people just ask in the WhatsApp, I'm starting, how can I start to contribute? And for each project we have a Discord channel, so people can talk with our maintainer and with other contributors that already connected to the project. So there is kind of by heart knowledge that is not written that is going on in the community, and people can also say, this project is nicer than this, and not everything is written.